Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers on the Xbox, on the Series X, and it's 2024. So, this is the first video of 2024, and we will be this year heading to 4 years worth of Space Engineers console / Xbox content for the game from me. Bit of a milestone. This is part 3 of my look at power in the game, and we've looked at wind power, we've looked at solar power, but there's something I wanted to talk about, and I wanted to talk about the hydrogen engine. So let's just create some blocks. This is my survival guide save. If you followed along with my survival guide series, you'll know this particular base and build. So what we're going to need to do, since we're playing in survival mode, is just turn on creative mode tools. To do this, hold down the right bumper, tap Y, and select creative mode tools in the menu here, and then press B. And now we'll be able to freely build. And what we need to do first of all, though, is hold down LB and tap RT once, just so we can get our block placed into the ground. So we place the first block, we just build a small platform, nothing extravagant, just so we can make a grid. And I'm building using line mode, because again we're in creative mode tools, so the build modes work for placing blocks. That'll do it. We're going to need to move over to actually, no, we don't need that yet. We want an O2 H2 generator, because, well, hydrogen engines, they don't function without fuel, and that fuel is hydrogen. We can also go for wind power if we want. And as you scan through, you can see different forms of batteries. We're going to need a battery. I've got the warfare battery and the regular battery because, well, I like the DLC, and we've got a hydrogen engine here. So I'm just going to rotate that and pop that down there. And we're going to need at least one battery on the grid if we're not using anything like solar or so on. So we're just going to pop down the warfare battery. And batteries built in survival start off not at full power, neither do they begin to charge. So this battery will run for 37 days at the moment, because it's not powering really anything. And just to make things a little bit simpler, we're going to throw down a control station. Pop into the seat, and we're just going to hold down on the and the direction we want on the D-pad. In this case, we are pushing up until the toolbar configure menu opens, and we can choose our hydrogen engine and toggle it on and off. Now, rather than running backwards and forwards between my headquarters and my generator, I'm just going to spawn in a massive amount of ice. And because I'm playing with creative mode tools, I can use the spawn menu by clicking in the right stick and flicking through until we get to the open spawn menu, tapping the right bumper, pushing down on the D-pad until we get to ice, pressing A on it, selecting the amount. Now, I'd already done this earlier, so easy enough. Then we want spawn into sealed, into targeted container, like so. And if you look, we now have a full generator, and because the hydrogen generator starts automatically in the on state, it's already starting to fill, or rather it's already starting to run. Just turn it on and off, and we'll start it to fill properly. And you'll see that our warfare battery is now fully recharged in 35 minutes. So that's the hydrogen engine. So what does this hydrogen engine do? Well, it consumes vast quantities of ice to make hydrogen fuel. And you'll see, looking at this, it goes down quite quickly. It doesn't go down as quickly as it used to. If you go back through my videos, you'll see that I did do a video a while ago on the hydrogen rebalance. I'll leave the link to that particular video in the description of this one, so you can see. But this one is particularly ice hungry, so if you're on an ice planet like Triton, then you're good. Or if you've landed on Earth-like and you're on the ice lake or something like that, then you can definitely make use of one of these. I would not recommend one of these as a way to power a ship unless you have vast quantities of ice. But you can get the engine to fill quicker if you create a second hydrogen oxygen generator. And since we can quite easily do that at the moment, there it is, O2H2 generator. Let's just rotate it. Make sure it's facing that way. And depending on how many you have in the system, depends on the efficiency of filling the engine. Just pull down on the left stick until you reach spawn into targeted container, because it still knows at the moment that we are working with ice. You can see it's there. Tap it a few times, and what it might not do is it might not pull that ice across to the other generators. We can look at that if we just click in the right stick, and we can see that only 2 of the 4 have got ice in. So you're probably going to have to link them up. And the best way to do that is through the piping. And just because we can do it here, we can just make some conveyor junctions. Like so. Across the top. Still. Might not pull automatically, though, because Space Engineers can be a bit funny about that. It's filling a lot faster though, as you can see, even with just the 2. Our battery is going to be fully recharged in 36 minutes. Remember, the more of these that you've got on there as well, the more power it's going to be using. So if we just get rid of that one and that one, what we can do here is get rid of that and that. This will stay up in the air because, well, Space Engineers does some really weird things at times. And we'll just get rid of that. So that's the hydrogen engine though. Very useful for recharging batteries. And that's what I would use it for. I wouldn't use it for any kind of power source or method to power a ship. I would use it as a way to recharge ship batteries, like an emergency recharge. As long as you had a closed system where you had ice stored, say in a container, connected to a generator, then directly to your hydrogen engine, or even putting a hydrogen tank between the 2. Doesn't matter. And that way, then you can get your batteries recharged. If you can't use wind power, because the planet you're on has no atmosphere, and you can't use solar, then that's the best option. Of course, late game, when you start mining uranium and you start getting all the late game resources, you could switch to the next part of this particular tutorial, the reactors, which come in small and large varieties. This is a large grid hydrogen engine. You can get small grid hydrogen engines as well. And you can definitely change the grid size through the radial. As you can see, this particular engine is still running, and it's still a while before the battery's fully recharged. We could get away with building another engine on top of this and connecting it in via our generator. Obviously you can't link these engines together unless you specifically did this. Get rid of that. Drop a couple of conveyors and then drop a new hydrogen engine on here like that. And then say one there like this. Have a quick look. Toggle it on and off. Toggle it on and off. And this is using ice, and with 2 of these in the mix, it's now 27 minutes fully recharged. So if we added a third, remember it's on 27. I always like to toggle them on and off because in the old days there was a bug that meant they wouldn't work as well or even work at all until you turn them on and off. And sometimes you had to save, quit, restart the game. And as you can see though, it's only really knocked the time down by a minute. So the more of these you have, the less efficient it is. So you only really need, to be fair, the one. Because of course what's happening is that the grid itself, because the only power is via that battery, is drawing in power for everything that's on it. So what you want to do is think about using this as a supplementary way, as I said, to charge batteries. If you do have an atmosphere, then to be fair, these are the best way to go about it. And if you can do it as well, use the custom turret controller and create a solar tracking system to charge your batteries and so on. You'll find it's a lot easier. But these work well for a quick fix recharge, especially on a ship that you need to charge the batteries fast, where you might not be able to get turbines and so on, or connect to a charger. And there you go. That's it really. That's the look at the hydrogen engine, what you can use it for, some of the things that I'd say quirks with the hydrogen engine. They can be a bit odd. You can see that unless they're directly connected, they don't show their filling as well. That's another quirk to the system. Anyway, that's it. That's all I've got time for. This is my first video of 2024, and there will be more to come. I apologise if it sounds a bit bitty, but I'm getting back into the swing of things after Christmas and the New Year, so expect more to come though. And thank you again for the likes, the support, the subscribes. It's been a lot of fun and I really do appreciate it. And we'll catch you all in the next one, so stay safe, take care, have fun, enjoy the game, and expect update after update to Space Engineers coming fairly soon, I would say. Keen are probably cooking something cool, and we will find out about it in due course. Bye for now.